Namaskar, good evening. Embassy of India, Ethiopia welcomes you in this evening yoga session. So we start the yoga session. To start with, kindly sit in cross-legged condition like this and sit in Gyan Mudra, index finger and thumbs together, wrist on the knees. Spine, head and neck straight, eyes gently close. Inhale deeply and start humming 3 times. Gently open your eyes. We have seen the Sukshmayam yesterday and day before of all the joints starting from the ankles to the neck. So today we will do little warming up of the joints like shoulders. Please place the finger jointly on the shoulders and combine the elbows and rotate the elbows, inhaling up, exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Now reverse movement, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Now waist movement while sitting in cross-leg condition. We will do Bhardwaj. Twist toward the right side, hold your right knee with the left hand and left hand, right hand back side. Twist back, breathe normally, Bhardwaj. Now come back and twist toward the left side, breathe normally, come back. Kindly avoid all sorts of twisting asanas in case of menstruation or any surgery to the abdomen. In case of surgery, they have to wait for 1 year, and after the advice of yoga expert and your physician, you can resume the yoga session. So now we will start yogasana in standing condition. Please stand up. First we will do Tadasana. Raise your hands and place the hands, interlock your fingers, place the fingers on your head and reverse your palm upward and raise your hands upward and slightly raise your heels. A word of caution for those having vertigo, they should not raise the heels. Breathe normally. This Tadasana provides stability to the whole body. It tones up the nervous system and it corrects the postural alignment. Breathe normally. Gaze at one point in your front so as to maintain the balance. Slowly, slowly come back, hands down, relax. When you relax, just close your eyes, leave your body totally free, relaxed. No stiffness in any part of the body. Alert yourself for triangle posture, Trikonasana. It is called Trikonasana because it forms the various triangles. The shape of the body becomes in various triangles. Spread your legs around 4 feet apart and turn your right foot in right side, left foot inside 45 degree. Spread your arms horizontally up to the shoulder level. A word of caution: those having sciatica, slip disc or any abdominal surgery, they should not do it. And kindly do it as per your limitation, as per your capacity. Don't overdo. This is a lateral stretch asana. So inhale and turn your bend towards the right side. Place your right hand near the right ankle and look toward the left hand. Breathe normally. This asana helps in strengthening of the back and legs muscles. Slowly, slowly come back. Now turn your left foot in the left side, right foot inside 45 degree and inhale, exhaling bend towards the left side. Maintain the perpendicular posture. Don't lean forward and look toward the right hand. Breathe normally. If you are not able to reach up to the ankle, okay, it is fine. You can reach up to the knee and do like this. Slowly, slowly come back. The flexibility will come with the due practice. Now we will do sitting postures. First is Ustrasana, Ardhustrasana, and for that we have to sit in Vajrasana like this. Knees together and sit in between the space of heels like this. As I have already advised, in case you are having difficulty in sitting in Vajrasana, you can use cushion, sofa cushion below the ankle and in between the buttock and ankles. And this is a very good posture for straightening the spine. Spine becomes straight, and in case you are not able to sit in Padmasana, that is lotus posture, you can sit in this for any meditation or pranayama. Now, Ardhustrasana means half camel posture. Stand up, open your knees and open your foot shoulder width apart. Place your hands below the waist, fingers pointing towards the buttocks, and pull the elbows towards each other. Now inhaling, bend your chest, bend your upper body backward, keeping the thighs perpendicular like this. Breathe normally. Slowly, slowly come back. Relax in Vajrasana. A word of caution: those suffering from hernia, vertigo, they should not do this posture. Any backward bending with the stomach or neck, that should be avoided. And in case of any abdominal surgery, kindly avoid it. Now the sequence of sitting posture is Ardha Uttasana followed by one twisting posture, that is Vakrasana, and then forward bending, that is Shashakasana. Okay, please open your legs in Dandasana. This is Dandasana. Now bend your left foot, left knee, and place the foot near the right knee. Okay, and place the left hand near the hip like this, and raise your right arm and rounding the knee, bend it, and either you place the palm near the foot, or if you are not able to do this, you can just do this like this and look toward the left side. Breathe normally, keep your eyes closed. Slowly, slowly come back. This asana is good for digestion, abdominal massaging, and kindly avoid it during the menstruation and any abdominal surgery. And similarly, other side, bend your right knee and raise your left arm, place it near the right leg, right foot, and look toward the right side, sorry. Slowly, slowly come back. Relax in Vishramasana. Open your legs, eyes closed. Relax with normal breathing. Neutralize and normalize your breath. There is a concept of relaxation after each posture. It is not gym, it is a yoga where you have to relax and then perform the asanas, and stability is utmost necessary. Like it is called Sthiram Sukham Asanam, means stability, and you should enjoy the posture. Now come in the Vajrasana like this. This is Vajrasana. Now we are going to do Shashakasana, rabbit posture. Open your knees, toes together like this. Place your palms in your front. Inhaling, raise your hands up like this. Stretch upward. Kindly avoid it during the slip disc condition. And slowly bend forward and slide your hands forward, keeping the spine straight. Bend forward, bend down, chin on the ground. This asana is good for reducing the stress and anxiety, and it also helps in digestion. Slowly come back, raise your hands and hands down. Now we will practice asanas in lying down condition. First prone condition, lying down on the chest, and then lying down on the back. Okay, now lie down on your chest in Makarasana. This is Makarasana. Hands, legs apart. Put one hand on another and head on the hands. This is crocodile posture. Alert for Vrishchikasana. We are going to do Scorpio posture. A word of caution: those having acute backache, they should not do it. And place the hands near the shoulder. Inhale and raise the chest up, hands up, and also legs up. Breathe normally. Vrishchikasana, Scorpio posture. Feel the impact on your whole spine. Slowly, slowly come back. Relax again in crocodile posture. This Vrishchikasana or Scorpio posture strengthens the spine as well as the back muscles, neck muscles, and leg muscles. Now come back and lie down on your back. Like this, lie down in Shavasana. Shavasana is a resting posture. Today we will practice Naukasana, that is boat posture. It is a balancing posture. So first we will learn how a beginner should do. Okay, bend your legs like this and raise your body up and hold your thighs like this. Raise a bit like this, and after this practice you will be able to do like this. Slowly, slowly down. Relax in Shavasana. Now quick relaxing technique. Quick relaxation. Tighten your knees, tighten your legs, tighten your toes, tighten your hips, tighten your body, tighten your hands, tighten your facial muscles, tighten, 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 and release. Now feel a relaxation to your each part of the body. Relax your feet, relax your ankles, relax your calf muscles, relax your knees, relax your thighs, relax your buttocks, relax your abdomen, relax your spine, relax your hands, relax your shoulders, relax your neck, relax your head, relax your facial muscles, relax your complete body as a whole. This is called Shavasana. If you prolong your Shavasana, it becomes Yoga Nidra, guided meditation. When you concentrate over your body, each part, and internalize your thoughts, internalize your senses, just introspect yourself, your body or mind. It gives complete relaxation to the body and mind. Now give a fine stretch up in the Tadasana like this and release. Come back and turn to one side and get up. Now we are going to practice pranayama. Breathing exercises. So sit in any meditative posture in which you can be stable. If you can sit in Sukhasana, fine. Otherwise, you can sit in Ardha Padmasana like this, or you can sit in Purna Padmasana like this. And if it is not difficult, you are feeling pain, then you can sit in Siddhasana like this. Just place one heel near to the perineum, another heel, and then lift a bit and sit down. This is Siddhasana, perfect posture. Now we will first practice deep breathing, full yogic breathing. Sit in Jnana Mudra, index finger and thumbs together. Spine straight, head straight, facial expression just soothing and normal, peaceful. Inhale deeply. First start abdominal breathing, bulge your belly out. Exhale. This is abdominal breathing. Only your abdomen you can feel. You can put both hands, one hand on the chest, another hand on the buttock, on the belly. And when you inhale deeply, your belly should come out. Your lower hand should feel that it's moving up and back, forward and backward. When you inhale and do the chest breathing, that is thoracic breathing, your chest should expand. Your belly, your hand on the belly should remain static. Inhale. This is chest breathing. And when you don't inhale, don't expand the belly or chest, you expand the shoulders upward like this. And you can feel, you can put one hand on the shoulder and inhale deeply. You can feel the shoulders is raised. And when all the three breathings are combined together, belly breathing, chest breathing and clavicular breathing, it's called full yogic breathing. That is deep breathing. So you sit in Jnana Mudra and inhale deeply. First start abdominal breathing, followed by chest breathing, followed by clavicular breathing. Inhale and exhale. Contract the shoulders, chest and abdomen. Again inhale, abdominal breathing, chest breathing, clavicular breathing. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. When you inhale, you can have the feeling of positivity. All positive thoughts are coming and positive energy is coming in. And when you exhale, just feel that negativity is going out, toxins are going out. And so this is called deep breathing. Okay. Now Kapalabhati, a word of caution. Those suffering from hypertension and cardiac issues, they should do it mildly. And women undergoing menstruation or pregnancy, they should avoid it. And the persons who have undergone abdominal surgery, they should wait for 1 year, and they can start under the guidance of yoga expert. Now in this active exhalation and passive inhalation, in between now we will see how normal Kapalabhati, like this. Place the hands on the reverse on the knees. This is normal Kapalabhati, but those having hypertension or cardiac issue, they should do it mildly. How? Kindly see. So there is a very fine difference between both the Kapalabhati. So we will start Kapalabhati, say about 50 strokes at a time, and those having hypertension and cardiac issues, they should do it mildly. Okay, let us start. Slowly come back and relax for a few moments. Again we will have another round of Kapalabhati. This is practice, so kindly do it along. I am comfortable in Ardha Padmasana. So we start. Another advice, kindly apply root lock, Mool Bandha, that is squeezing the anus point muscles upward. Always whenever you feel the root lock is released, again consciously apply the root lock. So Kapalabhati, again second round. come back. We have done 2 rounds of Kapalbhati, and in 1 minute you can do 50 to 60 strokes. But those with the hypertension and cardiac issues, they should do only 30 strokes in a minute. It is very good for curing the indigestion problem, and it tones up the whole body and mind. It is name itself says skull shining. Kapal means skull, bhati means shining. So Kapal bhati means skull shining exercise. Skull shine, it doesn't you can do not see skull is shining outwardly, but from inside you will feel illuminated. You will feel activated and alert. You will feel enlightened from inside. Okay, now Anulom Vilom Pranayama. After Kapalbhati, which is a cleansing technique, it is not a pranayam, but it is one of the 6 purificatory methods, which are called Shatkarmas: Neti, Dhoti, Basti, Knoli, Kapalbhati, and Tratak. So left hand in Gyar Mudra, right hand in Nasag Mudra. Bend first 2 fingers and place the fingers to the root and turn your hand. Block your right nostril with the thumb. First exhale through left. Now inhale deeply through left. After full inhalation, then block the left nostril, exhale through right. Inhale through right. Exhale through left. Inhale through left. Exhale through right. Inhale through right. Exhale through left. Please continue Anulom Vilom Pranayama, alternate nostril breathing. Breathe in through left. Exhale through right. Inhale through right. Exhale through left. Please continue Anulom Vilom Pranayama. This is a very good pranayama for addressing the stress and anxiety issues, controlling and curing the hypertension, any sort of anxiety, tension, it is released. If you are having insomnia problem like sleeplessness, you perform it before going to the bed. Practice Anulom Vilom and Bhramari for those not getting sound sleep. After Bhramari Pranayam, just go to the bed and feel complete relaxation. Now Bhramari Pranayama, that is humming bee breathing. This name of the pranayama has been taken from humming bee. When it goes near the flower to collect the nectar, it creates humming sound. So like this. So from that humming bee pranayama. A word of caution: those having running nose or any ear problem, they should not do it. And now raise your hands. Place your first 2 fingers covering the eyes. Place the ring finger below the nose, little finger below the lips. Plug the ears with the tip of the thumbs and turn your tongue upward and to touch the soft palate at the back. Inhale deeply and start humming 3 times. Come back. Sit in Gyar Mudra. Just concentrate over your breath. Just visualize how the breath is coming in, how the breath is going out. Internalize your thoughts. Just have introspection of yourself. Your mind is inwardly placed, away from outward. Now to conclude yoga session, we'll start humming 3 times. Inhale. Please clasp your hands with the folded hands. Pray to the Almighty for our health, happiness, peace and contentment in our life. Let yoga be a part of life. Let our yoga practice continue regularly, continuously. Slowly open your eyes. Hope you enjoyed this session. A small piece of advice regarding the fooding habits. Yoga will be fully workable and you can enjoy the benefits of yoga like asana, pranayam and other exercise if you have sattvic food, means pure food. Eating habits should be simplified, like when you feel hungry then only you should eat. When you feel you should eat only the required things like hitbuk, ritbuk and mitbuk. Like persons should eat according to the season, according to the needs, and also the minimum quantity. Quality should be seen. So hope you will follow. We'll have separate session on nutritious diet, fooding habits, and how to eat, when to eat, how much to eat, and what is the methodology and what is the implications of overeating, because it has got adverse effect on the not only the abdomen but on the whole metabolism, whole body. If you want to feel alert, you should eat less, eat right, eat properly, chew it properly, and when the thing is fully liquidified, you kindly swallow it. Chew it properly, eat properly. So, okay then, see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Namaste.